didn't even realize what I was writing. I was in the flow, you know. I think I really was. So half of the time, I wasn't even really thinking. So now that it's out, it feels like I don't know if I'm nervous. I don't think I'm nervous. I think I feel like a release because I've
That's
been
good.
holding on to all of this for so long,
Mhm.
all this expression that I've been hoarding. And now that it's out there, I feel like okay, now I can I can grow now. I can like write new stuff and learn new things about myself that I didn't learn from the stuff that I wrote, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I'm nervous. I think
Well, you better
people
be.
I think I think I have a pretty good reason to be nervous. There's a lot in there, but I think I don't know. I feel like I'm speaking from a pretty general place, so
Yeah.
I think most people will be able to relate and see their own journeys inside it.
Yeah. That's good. And I feel like too the fact that it was so natural, like it was really just meant to be. You know what I'm saying? Like you really that was something that you really had to do in order to just release it, like you said. Like I feel like it's almost like it sounds like it's almost like closing a chapter for you so that you can start anew,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
nice.
that's what it feels like. It feels like this is like all of my adolescent and young adult years, you know?
Yeah, when did you start writing? When like what is the earliest like story or song or picture in here?
I think, oh man, I don't even know. I think probably there's one called Truth. That one's pretty old. I think that one I wrote right out of high school.
Oh, those were the days.
I know, right?
Lots of emotions.
You were young, dumb, and
Yeah,
everything was all good.
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I think I don't think any of it I wrote this year.
Okay.
Everything was from either last year and before then. Um, yeah, I haven't written anything new within the last year. I just haven't been inspired or motivated to speak on anything. So
So it is. It's like a chapter closing so you can open up. So have you had like a lot more inspiration, do you feel like, after you kind of like let that out into the world? Like now are you feeling like a sense of rejuvenation maybe?
I do, but it's more for the book itself. Like I have all these ideas for visuals and for implementing the music into the book somehow. So I want to put more energy into it, just because I feel like it's a book that has you know, like different mediums in it. So I mean, there's pictures, there's
Yeah.
drawings, and there's poetry and songs. So I wanna I wanna create other ways to present that. So like a visual presentation
That would be so cool.
right?
We were
Or
talking
like
about Beyonce's like visual album. If you did a freaking visual album, do you know how cool that would be? Like to
I
go with the book.
I have so many ideas that I really want. I want to work with a bunch of artists and collaborate on stuff. Um, but yeah, I think that'd be so cool. And I also even thought of doing a audiobook version and putting the songs in between where they are, you know, just so
Yeah.
like you'll be listening to a poem and then every so often there'll be a song in there, you know.
I
So I
would
was even
love
thinking about
that. No, I think that's a good idea. That's a really good idea because then I think that adds more context too for
don't
people
steal
like
my ideas. I'm
so,
just kidding.
what?
I'm just kidding. I said, don't steal my idea.
No, 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 no. I
Just
think it
kidding.
would be a good idea because it'll add a lot of context to the poems and like because I think, especially if somebody reads it first and then they read it like with the you'll be able to see like where, like if I read it first and then listen to the tape, then I'd be able to see where our ideas like compare and contrast. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Is that how I imagine the beat to this song would be, or did I imagine it a different way?
Yeah.
Do it.
I think.
I say do it.
Okay, I will. I will. I really want to. That's why. So that was actually my nephew's idea. Um, before I even put the book out, I just asked him to read through it just to let, let me know what he thought, and he was like, "You should do audiobook version." I was like, "Maybe I will." So
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to Easton. Thanks for that idea.
Yes, Easton, come through with the ideas. I love that. Oh, I had a question too.
Yeah.
So the cover, like it seems like, you know, you have like chakra stuff going, but is it so weird that like when I looked at this, like I like saw you? Does that make sense? Like it almost like it seems like you. Does that I don't know, does that make sense? Like I got your essence from it. And I think like
Wow.
without it being actually a very like drawn out picture of you, like I saw you in it. Does that make sense?
Wow. That's crazy. I didn't even. That's pretty awesome.
Does that make sense? Like I don't know. That might sound like crazy to people. People are like, huh? Like you saw him like, but I just feel like it was very much like your essence in it for some reason.
And you see auras? Is this what my aura looks like? Maybe
I don't know. You know what? I'm
chaotic
not the
and
aura
colorful.
person. Savali's the aura person, not me. But I just feel like I don't know. I just really feel like it's you. I don't know. I don't know if that sounds
That's
weird to
awesome.
say or if that makes sense, but it
So
just really felt like you.
this is the original picture from my journal. It's in the back of
Oh,
the book. Um, but
yeah.
this was like just a sketch that I did when I was really frustrated one night. I don't know. I was just trying to find balance in the chaos I was in, and that's how I represented it, I guess. And it's crazy because this wasn't originally my idea for the cover was a mango tree
Hmm.
with a person sitting by the tree, and the tree like every part of the tree was going to be in different seasons. So there's going to be flowers on one part of the tree. There's going to
Okay.
be small little budding mangoes, green mangoes, bright mangoes, rotten mangoes. So it's going to be just like every season in one picture. But I didn't know how to draw that. I didn't know how to paint that. I asked my sister and my niece if they wanted to help me out with it. I don't think they were inspired by it. Um, but I think it was because I needed to do this whole thing on my own.
Yeah.
Um, and then I found this picture and I was like, I think this is the cover. This is me in between seasons. Like this is me sitting
Yeah.
in the midst of my shit and, and things, just like everything, like the good and the bad. Like I feel like all
Yeah.
these black scratch marks are like these are like the wounds and the cracks. And then
For sure.
I mean I don't want to tell people what is what, but I just looking at it now, I just feel like it. There's a lot of hardness and softness. So
Yeah. No, I can see that too. Yeah, because like the marks seem all very intentional, and like you can feel the energy of the different colors and the different like the way like I can almost see you like doing it, like you know what I'm saying, like I can feel that energy of it happening, and I feel like I'm glad you went with this cover because I feel like this really, I don't know, like I said, I just think it feels like you. So
I'm so glad you are like liking it and are resonating with it. Like that's awesome for me.
Yeah.
Just to know that it's hi Brenda. Just to know that it's not just because honestly I feel like all of us artists and creatives we all pull from the same place. You know that same. I, I just see it as like a big ocean of creativity, like that is God, you know? And I
Yeah.
feel like when we're all in that flow, that's where we all pull from. So I'm glad that this was like I'm glad I didn't edit myself or water anything down
Exactly.
or try to hide anything. I'm glad I stuck to my gut and stayed true to who I am and you know, because that's the only way people will relate to it, you know, is if it's honest and if it's true, even if it's scary and vulnerable, you know.
Exactly.
So it's nice to know that people are connecting to it.
Yes, I bet that feels so good. Look at that smile.
Man,
Yes.
it feels good because it feels like okay, at least something good came out of this, you know.
Yeah. Understandable. And like I just feel like it's such a vulnerable part of yourself. Like I don't even I feel like maybe you haven't even like realized it yet, like how much of yourself this is, and it's just out there for everybody. And like for me, that's just so like that seems so brave to like really just put yourself out there, and it's like here, take it or leave it. Like this is me, no censorship, no anything. Like it's just take it or leave it. Like that's very brave. I don't know if you realize how much, because that would be difficult for me.
I think I'm just realizing that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my anxiety level just went up just a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Well, not really. It did go up a little bit, but oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. Um, that's kind of
But I don't think you
scary.
were meant to. I don't think you were meant to, because I think if you would have overthought it, you wouldn't have done it, and you
Oh
would have.
yeah, for sure. I would say, oh no, this needs to be no, this needs to go there. No. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do it anymore. That's like
Exactly.
every other project, you know, that I've started before in the past. It's like I was always overthinking it too much, and then I ended up not finishing the project, not doing anything about it, and then
Yeah.
just saying, okay, well, I'm moving on to the next thing because I'm not gonna dwell on the past, you know.
Yes. And that's
Um,
that flow. That's the flow
yeah,
energy.
but it wasn't that. That was me not dealing with my past, but running from it. You know,
Mm.
just saying like, oh, okay, well, this this idea is not working, so that means this isn't meant to be shown, or this isn't meant to be for the world.
Right.
So I'm gonna scrap this, and then I'm gonna do something else. Um, and I think I just needed to fail a bunch of times just so I could learn how to work through, you know, my own mental blocks and creative blocks and all of that. I mean, it's, it's funny. I have a book called I don't know if you've read this book before. It's called The War of Art. Well, not the Art of War, but the War of Art.
Oh.
So it's a real thin book, but the whole book is about how um, artists the relationship between procrastination and the creative artist, right? So I had a talk with a friend of mine about the publishing process for the book, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, you're pretty far along. You just need some editing, and you need to figure out how you want to present this thing." Um, but yeah, like if you want, you could put this out within a month or even a week if you have the inspiration to finish this up. And I was like, yeah, okay, we'll see, you know. And after I got off the phone with him, I picked up that book and my bookmarker was on the page that was talking about, or on the page, he just